Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Brody Kaiser. Thanks so much for being here with us this week. On today's show, we'll talk Ferris State football after the Bulldogs wrapped up their spring season. We'll touch on Bulldog tennis, and then we'll look at the entire year in Bulldog athletics as we recap the season. Joining us first on the show today is Ferris State football head coach Tony Annese. Coach, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Brody. Thanks for having me.
Quick moving spring season. Hard to believe that spring game wrapped up last week, and you know, a lot of good things coming from the spring. I'm sure you've got some mixed emotions with it being over.
Yeah, it was really a crazy spring, actually. You know, it was going pretty smooth, and obviously, you know, we had some of the guys deal with the portal and those kind of things, and so that was challenging, but it ended, you know, in a superb way. You know, it was awesome spring game. So.
You guys dealt with some weather as well as you usually do in the spring, but how nice was it just to have a beautiful day for that spring game?
Yeah, it's awesome. And we're really, you know, funny thing is, like all spring we kind of, you know, we escaped a lot of bad weather. So, you know, I remember in the past shoveling the field and things like that, but we didn't have to do that at all this spring. And we didn't have a lot of rain, so a little bit cold, but probably would have been outside all 15 of those practices, so that was good.
Take a look at some of the highlights from the game, and you know, a great chance for so many of your young guys on the team that haven't had much of a chance to showcase themselves. Get out there on the field and put together some good reps.
Yeah, you know, there's you know, Charlie giving it to Kivel. Kivel's going to be a really good player for us, and so yeah, all of it was great opportunities for our guys to get a lot of playing time.
Talk about some of the things you saw offensively from both squads in this game that you really liked.
Well, I thought that, you know, I thought we were able to, you know, just execute a system like this play here. You know, a lot of young guys can't run that play, you know, and so just having the capacity to execute plays and those kind of things, just kind of as an indication that we were, you know, pretty good at the spring to make sure we were able to execute those things.
Good run here from Charlie Spencer. You mentioned his play, but then on the other side, LeSean Mumfield, a guy that I know during the ring ceremony you really credited his ability to just be a team player.
Yeah, both those guys, Charlie and LeSean, are just two of the more super human beings on earth, and so love them. Here's Kari making a great catch. He's from Flint Kersley. He's a true freshman. He had a really good game, so it's great to see all of the guys perform.
Obviously, at halftime, you get a great opportunity to recognize a Bulldog legend, Zach Sealer. First of all, for you, I know great just to see him, but to have this ceremony was a special moment.
Yeah, you know, it's hard. I felt great that him and his wife Hannah could come and his son there, and so it's just not easy for them. You know, he had to miss OTAs to come, but he made it a priority, and that's huge. You know, Randy and Kim, his mom and his dad and mom are super people. So they came 10 straight years to Ferris football games because it was Zach and then it was Adam. And so pretty incredible to have a great family with great support for Ferris State.
Great to see Zach back on campus, but a lot of other guys come back to support you for the spring game. You know, just what's it mean to you to see those guys and reconnect with a lot of your former players?
It's incredible, you know. You know, if they come to a game like during the regular season, I don't really get a chance to see them. So in this situation, I get to spend more time with them, and obviously, you know, there's a good group of guys that came in, you know, that did a few things with us during the day Friday, and so pretty incredible. Tavier, you know, he flew here. It wasn't easy for him to fly because he's tied up with the Vikings, but you know, just kind of a shout out to him too, just to be there for Zach. So that's amazing.
Great crowd on hand for the spring game. Community support so strong for you guys throughout the entire season, but then also for you a chance to recognize the Ferris State women's volleyball team, the basketball team, soccer team got out there during the quarter breaks. Just an overall great event to support the Ferris State community.
Yeah, soccer beat us in a shootout. They got their redemption, which was fun. And then, yeah, women's basketball and volleyball went at it on some fade balls. But I think Brady was more accurate than Carson throwing to the basketball team than Carson was to the volleyball team. So volleyball ended up getting beat by basketball on that. But, yeah, lots of fun.
then the ring ceremony to sort of round out that day. Just a great day overall, but to see all your players get that ring on their finger, I know for you it's just a tremendous feeling.
Wow, yeah, what a busy day, right?
Yeah.
I don't think that I had a minute really to just, breathe and say, okay, what's next? I was just running from place to place, but yeah, the ring ceremony here, just incredible, and such a great showing for that too, and our guys are so proud to put the ring on. Winning the ring and earning the ring are one thing, but then tangibly seeing it and putting it on your finger is a whole different deal. Dr. Pink here's super in these settings and gives our guys a lot of credit, and Steve Brocklebank, the whole athletic administrative staff. It was just an incredible event.
When you're standing up there calling your players up one by one to give them those rings, what's that feel like to you?
Well, it's just amazing, because like Tariq Brett, he's from south of Atlanta. So, but I went to his house. I went there to recruit him, and now he's a superstar player. And just thinking about, just sitting in his home and recruiting him there. And ironically, we were sitting in his family room, and there were highlights of a game that happened. I think it was a Monday night game, so I was probably there on a Tuesday. And Javier was on the TV. I'm like, oh, that guy, he played for us, and Enrique and his family go, really? And he's up there, and I said, yeah, here, let me FaceTime him. And I FaceTimed him, and he answered right away. And so I'm like, and then boom, we get him, right? So it's a story of just meeting these guys when they're in high school, and now just so proud of what they are now, as true men and guys that are just doing great things academically and athletically and in the community.
Of course, the national championship this past season, third time in the past 4 years, but really the spring is more about looking forward to next season and getting prepared to try to go get another one.
Yeah, let's not think about it. I mean, I want to have May and June and July to be the greatest 3 months ever. I hope they last for what would feel like a year, because it's awesome to be in Michigan in the summertime. And then when August hits, you get that sick feeling in your stomach and say, oh, here we go again. So we'll look forward to that. I know our guys will prepare in the summertime the way they do as true professionals, and then we'll see what happens when we get here in August.
Coach, as we wrap up here, I know you're a pretty avid golfer, try to be anyways, pickleball player. Are those some of the things you look for in the summer?
Yeah, can't wait. I love summertime. I love hitting the golf course. Today I walked out for a second and smelled the freshly cut grass, and you're like, oh my gosh, that smells so great. So, just to be able to be out in the summer is just, I really value that time, and got 3 grandkids, and looking forward to spending time with them around the lake and having fun.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. Enjoy your summer, and can't wait to see you out there next fall.
Yeah, thanks, Brody. Appreciate you.
We'll be right back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.